Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Stacks Social Live. What a wonderful Wednesday here at Stacks Social Club, located at 5004 Frankfort Avenue here in Lubbock, Texas, Suite 500. Doors open every day at 1 p.m. Cash game starts shortly after. We're playing a 5 on the button, no limit hold'em game. Six-handed to start this game, but we'll definitely be filling up here in just a little bit. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you would, while you're in here watching the stream, smash that like button. Let everybody know you enjoy the content. That'll help spread our content around. Also, we've got games going at 7 days a week. We are open at 1 p.m. every day. Cash game starts shortly after that. We also have tournaments going all week. Tuesday night is our $3,000 guarantee, $120 max buy-in, $45 minimum buy-in. We always beat the guarantee in that tournament, usually. Bar with an ace-8 of diamonds here. Only one diamond on the board. Queen 10, however, pairs up for Ricky Bobby. Get a bet and a call of 15. Actually, it's a fold. And Ricky Bobby's going to take that pot. We now have our bankroll builders on Saturday evening and Sunday evening at 7 p.m. It's a $20 min buy-in, $30 max buy-in, $10 rebuy, $500 guarantee. It's a great little tournament for the beginners if you're just learning how to play and want to come out and test your skills, or if you just want to try to build a bankroll up. Start from zero, see how high you can take it. Rainbolt in the 10 seat with a jack 7 of hearts. Greg in the 2 seat. The ace 10 off. Bar calling for 15 with a 6-5, and Ricky Bobby with a queen 9 on the button is going to make the call for $10 more. We're going to go to a flop. Deuce 8-7 on the flop, so Rainbolt flopping a pair of 7s. Bar with an open-ended straight draw, however, so he's going to stay in for a small bet. So we should be going 3 ways to a turn, and it is a 5. So it's a pair of 5s now for Bar. Doesn't help him out really because he is behind still. We are heads up, Rainbolt and Bar. And the river is another heart, so now Rainbolt with the flush. So Rainbolt with a really strong hand, but a hand that probably will not net him any more money. So Ricky Bobby now early on leading the chips at 490. Bar down at the bottom at 185. While you're in here watching, come on into the chat and say hello, ask some questions, throw out some comments. As you can hear the chat at the table, comment on the things that are being said. Tell us all about everybody. Greg in the 2 seat going to look down at pocket 5s. Ron, Jeremy, come on, John. Ace Queen for Bar and King Jack for Ricky Bobby. 10-9 for Rainbolt. He's going to look down and make the call. Or, fold. It was a raise to 25. So we're going heads up. 8-8-3 on the flop. No help for Greg. No help for Bar either. A 9 now. See if we don't get a bet here from Greg. And he is going to lead out for 20. Get a call from 2 overs. And the river is going to be a 3. So Greg with no real reason to be too scared, but he is going to check. Barbar with that call going to get a free river. While you're in here, go ahead and also share the link on your social media. Share it on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you partake in your social media. Spread it around. We want to build this audience as big as we can get it. Kinsey in the box tonight. She does a great job. If I know her, she'll probably deal the entire session. And a misdeal. Just as I call her name, I jinx her. Sorry, Kinsey. We got other tables going as well, so the live stream is short-handed right now. I'm sure we'll see other players either move over or come in and jump in on the live stream, but we do have other games going as well right now. So if you're in the Lubbock area watching and you want to come play, come check it out. We got other games going as well. Sounds like our table audio might be a little bit better tonight than usual, and that's really good. It's one thing we've yet to be able to get amplified just a little bit. Although I know everyone loves hearing my voice consistently all night long, I'm sure that hearing the table chatter would probably heighten the show as well. Queen, Jack, 6. So Rainbolt with top pair. And Ron Jeremy going to throw out some chips. Not sure why. He is going to get called, and that should probably slow him down just a little bit. But it does not. He gets checked from Rainbolt, so he's going to go ahead and bet it up. Rainbolt with top pair. Probably not going to go anywhere here yet. Not top pair, excuse me, second pair. And a 4 on the river, so Rainbolt's still ahead with the pair of jacks. See what he decides to do. He does go ahead and check it, though, and that leaves John in a pretty good position. He could bet it up here and probably get away with a bluff. $75 bet into this pot. It's a pretty good bet. Makes it just enough that it's hard for Rainbolt, especially if he's playing tight, to see if he's bluffing. But he is calling for 205, and he does make the call, and he is going to win the hand with a pair of jacks. And John is beside himself. He just can't believe it. How could anyone call the man who never bluffs? The glasses. Turn your glasses up, right side up. What's up, Shell Dog? 8-5-9-4, 3 clubs. No pair of nines for John here. He's going to bet it, and he's going to end up winning that hand. So he gets a little bit back what he just lost. Adds 30 back to his stack. So Rainbolt leading away at 540 in chips. Barbar bringing up the tail end at 105. And John, Ron, Jeremy there in the middle at 315. Gosh, I don't know about any of y'all out there that are baseball fans, but I'll tell you what, I'm a Rangers fan, and it is just really making me sick. 6 in a row they've lost, and they only got a half a game lead in the AL West. Pretty pitiful, if you ask me. But I don't think they'll give up. I think they'll end up winning the West. Ace King for Barbar. He's going to look down at. He's going to raise it up. Looks like about $60. Oh, he's all in for 115. Excuse me. Well, that'll probably be a quick hand, and it was. Short-handed, not very aggressive players, and he's just going to go and pick up what he can. Way to go, Kinsey. Way to go. I'm going to talk with Rock. I'm going to see if we can't come up with some promotions here. Maybe some sort of giveaway for the live stream. We'll do a giveaway for the watchers and the table, maybe. Just a preliminary thought, but I'm going to talk to Rock about that. I'm sure you guys will tune in for some giveaway. Maybe some free money, free play. Barbar with Queen Jack, Ricky Bobby with King Jack. So, look at 8-10 deuce on the flop. So, Greg actually coming out with the flop in the pair, and he's the one who 3-bet it to 30. So, all in from Barbar for 90. He does have the gutty. But Greg here with top pair, and he's going to make the call. Barbar going to be sad here if he don't catch a Queen Jack or a 9. But he does have a lot of outs still. So it's hard to fault him for that. He picks up extra outs. A 6 and a spade on the turn. And an ace on the river, so that's no help. They're going to run it twice. And an 8. And an ace of spades, so no help. So he's going to lose both run outs. And that's a tough one for Barbar. We'll see if he reloads here. Looks like he is going to reload here for about 500, 400, something like that. 500, Kenzie yells. The good thing about playing shorthanded is you're going to get to see a whole lot of hands more than you would if we were a full table. We got a raise from Rainbolt with ace-8 suited to 15 and a 3-bet from John. So looks like we're going to end up getting heads up, it appears. And we are, as Rainbolt makes the call. 2 hearts, 2 6s, and a 4 on the flop. So Rainbolt now picking up the flush draw, but the paired board, just a pair of 6s, so probably not something that scares either one of them as far as the pair of 6s goes. Going to get a $40 bet and a call. There's a jack of spades, so still no help for anyone. John's still ahead right now with the ace-queen. Rainbolt needs a jack 4 or a heart. It is going to be a 9, so no help for Rainbolt. He's going to lose out on this hand unless he can bet John out of it. But they are going to check and check back. John's going to end up winning that hand with a high card. High heart. If you're in here watching, jump in the chat and say hello. If you're not from Lubbock and you're watching, let me know where you're watching from. Rainbolt going to look down at a pocket pair of 9s. He's going to bet it up here. He's going to raise it up to about 20. Raising it up to 15. Greg's going to look down at his king 7 and say, nah. John never one to shy away short-handed. He's going to make the call, but he does have a decent hand. Queen 10, not bad. And a queen 10-8 on the flop, so John now picking up a good hand. Rainbolt, however, picking up the straight draw with his pair of 9s. Ricky Bobby probably going to run away from this. So Rainbolt betting 25 and Ron Jeremy going to raise it up to $70. So we're going to get a call here from Rainbolt. Again, he is going to call. Excuse me. He hadn't called yet. And a 9 on the turn. That's going to give him the set. So John now way behind. A jack going to chop the pot. And a 10 or a queen going to win it for John. So Rainbolt cannot have the board pair unless it's an 8 or a 9. If it's a jack, it's going to be a chop pot. And it is a queen. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a good hand. Terrible for Rainbolt. He is going to get himself in a bad trouble because you got a boat versus a boat. Queen's full. He's going to bet it up. John's going to bet it, and it's going to be a snap call. Oh, and Rainbolt is not happy. And I don't blame him. What a frustrating hand. Rainbolt's going to be beside himself. That's hard to swallow when you turn a good hand like that with lots of outs, with several outs, and one of 4 beats you. John with 4 outs, and he hits one of them. Rainbolt now down to 185. Pocket 8s versus queen 9 now. So another straight draw for Greg. Greg does not want a 2-pair up here because it'll give him the loss. He has a 3 of clubs, so no help for Greg. Excuse me. Greg wanted the queen to hit. Rainbolt did not. Rainbolt with a pair of 9s going to, let's see here. think we've got something messed up here because I think that's Bar in that hand right now with whatever he's got, and Greg with pocket eights. So Bar is the one in the hand. He shows the pair of eights. Bar going to win that hand. What's up, Jordan? That was a sick run out. Yeah, that definitely was a sick run out. Didn't help Rainbolt out at all. Chopped his stack up pretty good. He's now sucking hind tit on the table for now. Bar Raising it with a Jack 9. Greg with an Ace Deuce. Greg now flopping 2 pair while Bar with a Jack 9 pair calls the 9. Greg with a boat, and it's going to get check. We're going to see a 3 of diamonds on the river, so we're not going to see a lot of action here. Small bet here from Bar, but when Greg raises him, he's going to probably go away here. He could possibly make the call. Greg does make it a small enough raise, and he does. Two spades on the flop and a 4 for Rainbolt, so he's looking pretty strong for being behind with the pair of 6s ahead of him right now. Bar with the Jack 9. He's the one that actually made the call. Rainbolt betting all in, and he's going to pick up that pot. Ricky Bobby now picking up the 10-8 off. He's going to fold it. Greg raising to 15 with a King-Jack offsuit. We're going to get a call from Rainbolt and from Bar with a 5-deuce offsuit. So he's playing a little bit crazy here. Rainbolt picking up the flush draw off the flop. No help for anyone else. Greg, however, not going to bet it. He's not going to put out a C-bet there, and I don't blame him. 3 on the turn, no help for anybody. So Rainbolt with plenty of outs is going to be the one to make the bet for 15. Bar calling, not real sure why, or he actually raises to 35. And he's going to get a snap called here from Rainbolt, which should slow him down on the river. And it is a 4, so still no help. So Bar's only chance here is to be able to push Rainbolt out of this hand, and he very well could, although Rainbolt hit the 4 on the river, so he could be willing to call a small bet here. Bar probably not willing to commit too many chips to this bluff. He does. He puts out 55, so he puts out he put out what was about half of the pot, which is still a sizable bet for the pot, but he's not risking a whole lot of money here compared. It is, however, about half of Rainbolt's stack to call, or a third of Rainbolt's stack to call. So Rainbolt really got to make the decision here if he really believes there's a bluff in play, or if he could have been betting that 3. He did wait till the turn to bet. He could be playing an ace-3 suited here. Could even have had ace-3 of diamonds. Rainbolt, could see that as the play. Could even be playing big cards, ace-queen, ace-king, ace-jack. But if he's playing an ace-7, or he could have a 9, ace-9. I mean, he could be trying to make money off this. I mean, there's so many ways to look at this. Rainbolt really has to think it out. And he does fold. He does fold the winner. Barbar, I don't know if he wants to show, and I don't think he is going to show. So Ron Jeremy leading the way at 665 in chips. Greg in the middle at 460. And Rainbolt at the bottom at 155. Could have had himself a little more if he makes that call, but like I said, it's hard to make that call there. So a 3-bet from Barbar with ace-10 off, and we're going to get a call from Ron Jeremy with a king-4 of hearts. So king-10-8, Ron Jeremy picking up top pair, and Barbar picking up second pair. And he's going to lead out for $30. Ron Jeremy's going to go ahead and make this call pretty easily, I think. He is top pair. He has 1 heart. If a heart comes on the turn, it does not, so John with just top pair here, and there is a straight possibility out there. We're going to get a check back, and a 4 diamonds on the river. So John now with 2 pair, he's probably going to feel pretty good about that hand, and he's going to lead out for 75. Ace-10 going to make that call and see the bad news. He's going to look down and really wish he hadn't made that call. Ron Jeremy going to have, looking down at a ace-queen offsuit. John going to raise it up to 15. Ricky Bobby making the call with a queen-9, and Rainbolt going to make the call as well from the button for 5 more. King-4-4 on the flop. John really liked that on the last hand, but doesn't do too good for him on this one. You get checked around the table and a king on the turn, so now 2 pair. Ron Jeremy in control with the kicker, and the only thing that kills him here is a 10-9 or a queen. And it is going to be a deuce. So John may put a little bet out here, but he's not going to. And we're going to get checked around the table at this point. John going to see he's got the winning hand with a big, giant ace kicker. 10 deuce for Greg, and he's going to fold, which is a little surprise. He's been making some of those little bit of crazy calls last couple of games. Ace 6 going to pick up a pair. Suited aces for both players. Ron Jeremy picking up the straight draw. So Barbar does not want to see an 8 hit the board. There's a 4. So still does not want to see an 8 hit the board. Ron Jeremy with the $50 bet, and he's going to pick up a little pot there. Ron Jeremy just kind of sticking it to the table right now. He's up to 855. Greg, Ricky, Bobby both doing fairly well themselves, 455 and 400. Barbar at 350 and Rainbow down there still at about 150. Rainbow with pocket queens, so he's in a big hand. Let's see what John can do. John's going to go ahead and make that call for 5 more. Barbar going to 3-bet it up to $50. Barbar does raise it up to $50 with a jack deuce. Rainbow all in for 140, and Barbar realizing at this point he probably walked into it with his jack deuce. Showing John's getting a kick out of that one for sure. Oh, and he does hit a jack, so jack or a deuce is going to be sickening here. And it's an 8, so no help. So Barbar going to get the double up here through, Rainbow getting the double up through Barbar. He also overtakes him on the chip leaderboard. Moves Rainbow out of last place. Still 5-handed. We do expect it to pick up here in a little bit, so I want to remind everybody about our Tuesday night $3,000 guarantee tournament. I will find out about our Saturday 10K guarantee. We'll be having that again hopefully soon. We also have our hours tournament. It's getting close again this time, so get in here and start accumulating hours for the next one. Just as soon as this one ends, we got about 15 out of 20 players who've reached 200 hours that are qualified for the $6,500 free roll. Pocket aces for Rainbow, ace 9 for Barbar. Rainbow going to put out $20. Barbar going to fold right away. He doesn't want any more of that. Greg with a 10-8 bet to him, and he's going to fold. He's going to fold the winning hand. Guess he's not in the mood to play too much. Kinsey doing a great job in the box as always. We're five-handed. Again, we do expect this to go ahead and pick up here pretty soon. So hang out, chill out, watch it. Get some more players on the table here just a little bit, I'm sure. Ron Jeremy still leading the way in chips at 885. Barbar down at the bottom at 190 after trying to bluff out Rainbolt on an all-in. Well, he bluffed with a raise, got re-raised all in, and had too much money in to fold. Hate it when that happens. Got a $10 straddle here from Barbar. Gonna get a call from, looks like, no one. Barbar picking up a free $5. All he had to do was throw out 10. If I could throw out $10 and get 15 back every time, I do it every 5 seconds. It just doesn't work that way for me. I could throw $100 out into a $5 pot, and I'm getting called every time. Every time. Ron Jeremy with an ace-6 offsuit. He's going to make the call. We're going to go 3 ways to a flop and a jack, queen, 5, all diamonds. Rainbolt picking up the flush draw. Greg picking up top pair, and Barbar with the straight draw. And it is a deuce of diamonds, so therefore, the hand that actually folded, I thought they called, the hand that actually folded, picked up the flush. So Greg going to be the one here to win this pot with the top pair. Ricky Bobby with a 5-3. He's going to be the +1 position. He's going to let that go pretty easy. Rainbolt with a Jack-3 of spades. Folding. No real cards here in these hands. We're going to get a call here from Ron Jeremy for Jack-5. Bar playing that infamous 5-2 again. And it's going to be an Ace-3 Jack. Ron Jeremy picking up the pair. But Bar picking up a wheel draw. So he's looking for a 4. It's going to be, looks like a queen or a king on the turn. And you get a call. And a ace on the river. So John with his pair of jacks. Going to pick up that massive pot of $20. Profit of $20, I should say. But he does eclipse the $900 mark now. He's well on his way to 1,000. Bar bringing up the tail end at 170, and Ricky Bobby right in the middle at 390. $9-7 of spades for Rainbolt under the gun. Ricky Bobby, he makes the fold. Not sure what he has. Rainbolt holding on tight to his chips. He doesn't plan on just throwing them away easily. Greg with a king-queen offsuit is going to make the raise for 15. And Bar going to get really crazy here with a pocket pair of 3s. He's going to 4-bet it, and Greg's going to go right away. Greg with 2 overs. Wouldn't have been a bad call if he would have made it, but he's not really willing to risk that. I don't blame him. Four deuce, 4-3. Wish we could get those 2 hands in there just to see how it went. So Bar with the Jack-4 of spades, 7-7-6, 2 spades. Greg with apparently nothing to speak of. So Bar back up over the $200 mark. He's clawing and fighting his way back. Ron Jeremy with the Jack-10 going to raise it up. Bar going to probably 4-bet this. Can't imagine he just lets it ride, and he does 4-bet it to $40. Ricky Bobby going to get out of the way. Rainbolt with a 6-5. He's going to get out of the way as well. So we're going to go heads up to a flop. Queen, oh my goodness. Queen, king of hearts. So John looking at an open-ended straight draw, but Bar looking at a nut flush draw. Cannot hit the straight flush, of course, or the royal. And it's going to be a bet and a fold? Or an all-in? No. It was an all-in from Bar, and John goes away. Wow. So, spicy looking hand here, possibly. You got a king-10 suited versus ace-10 offsuit raised to 15 from Bar. Pocket 10s for Rainbolt, so all the 10s are out. And we're going to see 4 ways to a flop. So no way for Rainbolt to win at this point. Pair of aces for Barbar, and he's going to just check it. A 4 of spades on the turn, and I take that back. There is a new way to win this hand. If a spade hits the board, Rainbolt is going to be the winner if he stays in. And it's going to be a heads up. It is a 4 on the river, however. So aces and 7s going to be the winner. Aces and 7s going to be the winner of that hand, and Barbar probably could have made him a little bit of money off that, but he just chose to check it. Ace 7 of spades versus 10-8, and we're going to get fold, fold. Well, fold win. Three-handed Queen Jack 7 on the flop. Pocket 6 is for Ron Jeremy. He's going to make that fold as well. Five three with Barbar. He's going to be playing that 5-2, 5-3 here, and 6-4 from Ricky Bobby. So he flops the pair and the straight flush draw. So Barbar not in too good a shape here. He's behind, and he's going to have a hard time getting ahead. Because a 5 is going to bring in the straight. So now there's 2. Now, well, Barbar now ahead with the straight. So the 6 is the only thing that really helps him, the red 6. But Ricky Bobby still with a ton of outs here because a 7 gives him, well, 7 gives him the chop. But so we're down to a spade here for Ricky Bobby to win this pot. Otherwise, it's probably going to be a chop. I mean, excuse me. If a 5 hits, then it's a chop. Of course, we have a straight on the board that way. 6 or a spade for Ricky Bobby is all that really helps him out. Barbar with any card that's not a spade is going to take the win, unless it's a 5. Is a Queen of Hearts, so Barbar with the 5 is going to be the winner. And that's a pretty big pot he wins. Good sized pot for that hand. 6-4 versus 5-3. Pretty shocking, actually, if you ask me. Although nobody seems to be asking me. I don't know why. Ron Jeremy down to 840. He had eclipsed the $900 mark earlier. Bar back up to 640 now, so he's moved up back a little bit. Ricky Bobby down now to 50, and Rainbolt at 235. Kenzie is always doing a great job in the box. $7-6 for John. He's going to raise it up to 15. Bar with the King 2 going to get away, and so is Ricky Bobby with a 4 deuce. The button call here, though, for $10 more with an ace 10. I might have 3-bet that if it was me, but again, it's not, that's why it's not me. Ron Jeremy picking up the gut shot straight draw. Jack on the turn, no help really for John. No help for either, considering where they're at. And a jack on the river, so any bet could theoretically win this probably, but it's going to be checked and checked back, and the ace is going to win it. Cumulative winnings right now are going to be Ron Jeremy up 425, Greg's up about 240, and the rest of the gentlemen are a little bit down. Ace Jack for under the gun here. So John going to take a gander, and he's going to probably just, he could just flat call this hand, see if he could get a raiser. But he may raise it up to 15, and he is going to. He's not going to take any chances. Rainbolt looking down at ace 10 again, so he's going to make that call, and we're going to end up possibly heads up, and we will end up heads up. Oh no, Greg made the call with a 6 deuce. 6 deuce now picking up the gut or the straight draw, the gutty. Ace Jack and ace 10 still just cruising along. Ron Jeremy with the $20 bet, and Greg with the gutty going to fold. He's not even going to see it one time. He's going to be sick because there is the 4. So Greg just peeling off the straight on the turn, but he went away. And it's going to be a 9 on the river, so he probably wouldn't have gotten a lot of money out of it either way, but Greg does fold the straight. Sometimes it's just worth that one little call to see if you can hit one of them on the turn, or if you don't, see if you can get that river card for free. John back now up over the $900 mark. Ricky Bobby with a queen 9 of diamonds raises to $15, and Rainbolt going to get out of the way, and so is Greg. John, however, with an 8-7 of diamonds, going to make the call, not knowing that he is massively behind for what he could have in this hand. Bar with an ace 4. So an 8-6 jack. Ricky Bobby with the gut shot straight. John picking up the pair of 8s, however. Nothing really for Barbar, so it's going to get checked around. And we're going to see a jack of diamonds on the turn. So jacks and eights now for John. Pair of jacks for everybody else. That is not an ace on the board, if anybody's wondering. That picked up the discard, so we do know the ace of hearts is in the muck. Or in the discard pile. It'll be a bet from John for 35, and it's going to get folded around to him, and he's going to take that pot down. So John just building up on that stack, building up on that stack. Ace King for Rainbolt under the gun. He's going to raise it up here. See what he decides to raise it up to. And he's going to raise it up to $45. $35, excuse me. $35 going to get a fold around the table. We're going to see what Ricky Bobby has here in just a second, maybe. Barbar thinking about calling. I don't know if that was a serious thought or he was just trying to see if he could get a read. Ricky Bobby looking like he's about ready to reload. And he is. Looks like he's going to reload for about 300. Rainbolt with a King 10. He gets raised by Ricky Bobby with Ace 10. And we have an Ace 9-5, 2 diamonds. No help for Rainbolt, really. But Greg and Ricky Bobby both picking up aces. So we're going to get heads up with Ricky Bobby and Greg. And a 10 on the turn, so Ricky Bobby now with 2 pair. Greg with his ace going to go check, check. And a 7 on the river. The only thing that Ricky Bobby probably would have made a little money on is if an 8 hits. He's going to get a bet out of Greg to start with. But does he just call or does he raise it up? He is going to raise it up to $60. He's going to raise it up to $60. So 40 more for Greg, and he's going to make the fold. Good fold from Greg. Rainbolt going to showdown 62% of the time that he plays a hand. Already on hand 36. I mean, yeah, I think it's at 36, and we're just an hour in, so. Barbar, 62% VPIP. He is seeing just about everything coming his way. John under the gun going to throw away that 3 deuce, and I can't imagine why. Such a great starting hand. Barbar raising to $15, and he's going to get folds from Ricky Bobby and Rainbolt. Greg looking down at an 8-6 from the button, going to make the call. So King, Queen, 7. Greg with no real help there. Barbar picking up the gutty, and he just throws out a bet and gets a fold. While you're in here watching the live stream, slip into the chat and say something. Say hello. Let me know. Hell, just let me know who you are watching. Ron Jeremy at 935 leading the way. He's inching his way closer and closer to that $1,000 mark. So, doing a good job. He's going to No playing with the button, John. It's bad luck. Kenzie just a slinging those cards in there tonight. Ace King for Ricky Bobby. He's going to raise it up to 15. He's going to get calls in three places. Excuse me. Four-handed to a flop. We're going to get Ace King 4. So Ricky Bobby flopping 2 pair. Ron Jeremy with a pair of fours. And really, that's about all that we've hit. Ricky Bobby checking it, though, and get checked down. I can't imagine he checks the turn. He's going to probably bet this up here. However, Rainbolt and Ron Jeremy both picking up Broadway draws here. So we'll see how that goes. Ricky Bobby going to make this call here. I mean, bet it, and then Rainbolt making the call. So we're going heads up to the river. Rainbolt needing a 10 in order to win this hand. And it is a jack. So Ricky Bobby going to throw out 15 and get a snap fold from Rainbolt. Nice little pickup, $55 gain for Ricky Bobby. Chip count, Ron Jeremy down at 9, still at 920. Rainbolt at 170. Ricky Bobby at 350, right in the middle. Bar 625 and Greg 345. Go on in and smash that like button. Come into the chat and say hello while you're in here watching. Ricky Bobby going to look down at a 5-4 offsuit. He's going to make the call for $5. Rainbolt raising up to 20, however. Greg letting it go. Bar going to look down at a Jack 7 offsuit. 15 more to him, and he's going to make the call as well. Ricky Bobby going to make that call. He didn't make the $5 call with the intentions of folding to that much of a bet anyway. Ace 8, 10 on the flop. So Bar with the gutty. Rainbolt as well with the gutty. His is a lot better, though. A king, and he wins his. So actually, he's double gutted. So actually, he is at far in command here. It is a 10 on the turn, so no help really for anybody. But Ricky Bobby thinking he may take a stab at this. Looked like he might have been reaching for some chips. But he doesn't. He checks, and it is going to be a king on the river. So a king on the river is going to give Broadway to Rainbolt. He's not going to make any money off of this, though. Just the pot. He's going to bet out $20. Just don't see him getting a call from anywhere, and he does not. All right, got us a new player sitting down. Looked like it could be Colton. Colton sitting down on the live chat. I mean, in the... Welcome to the game, Colton Carey. Ricky Bobby with the ace 5 of hearts. Bar with a pair of 5s. He bets $30. And Ron Jeremy with a 7, 10, 7. We're going to get a call or a raise from Greg to 50. Not sure what's happening here. Ron Jeremy does not have cards, but Greg does. So not really sure what that's happening there. Colton using his real name, surprisingly enough. Hey, Colton, thank you for the recommendation, by the way. If you're watching this later, I really appreciate that. Love it when business owners share each other's names. Ricky Bobby making the raise to $15, and Colton going to call him with an ace-5, Rainbolt as well with king-8 suited. All right, so Rainbolt now flopping the flush draw. Ricky Bobby with the Broadway draw, and Colton sucking hind tit with an ace-5. Ricky Bobby going to lead out. Rainbolt leading out for 25. Ace of diamonds, no help for Rainbolt. Well, it brings in the redraw for the straight. So any heart or any jack is going to give it to Rainbolt. A bet for 25 here from Ricky Bobby. And a raise, it looks like, from Rainbolt. Ricky Bobby with the call. And the 9, no help for Rainbolt. Ricky Bobby does make the check here, so Rainbolt going to take a stab at this. He is behind. He cannot win this hand, but Ricky Bobby could be a little bit jaded. He has been having a rough go of it tonight. Ricky Bobby looking like he's a man ready to let it go. And I think he ultimately will. Just don't see that he can justify the call with the 8 when an 8-7 or a a 8, Jack, King Jack. All those hands could be beating him right now. He does lay it down, so Rainbow with a great bet. Getting the fold from Ricky Bobby. Those of you in here watching the chat, please go hit that like button. And say hello in the chat. Let me know you're watching. So new player in the 1 seat as well. Ricky Bobby going to make a little raise here to 15 with his 7-6. Jason in the 1 seat makes the call as well. Ace 5-4. Ricky Bobby now with the open-ended straight draw. Greg and Jason both with cards that we haven't been able to see yet. Queen of Diamonds, no help for the straight draw, but very well could have helped those two hands that called. Jason going to bet out here. He's going to bet out $15. Gets a quick call from Greg, and he's going to get a call from Ricky Bobby as well. It is a 5, however, on the river, so Ricky Bobby sees the open-ended straight go down in flames. Party Bus Rich says he loves the live stream, man. Well, thank you very much. We want everybody to enjoy it. Jason at 1,100. That's pretty much bought in, though. Ron Jeremy still leading the way in cumulative winnings at 875. Party Bus Rich, feel free to come in and play. Don't know if you play often or not, or if you just like watching the live stream, but seats are open. We get a fold all the way around to Rainbow, 2 raises to 15. Jason making the call with the cards that we don't know yet. Rainbow making that raise with a Jack 10, and we're heads up to a flop. So the Jack 10 flopping a Queen 9 to go with it, so he's now open-ended, Rainbow is. And it doesn't matter, he's not going to get to see it if it happens, because Jason is going to fold. Quick fold as well. Ricky Bobby raising to 10 with those connectors. He loves those connectors. I have noticed. Well, he doesn't hit the connectors, but he does hit the 2 pair on the flop. So flopping 2 pair, he's going to make the bet and get the instant win as Ron Jeremy goes away. Jason with 1,000 in front of him. Ricky Bobby picking up a few chips there. It was 190. Greg at 310. Rainbow right there in the middle at 355. Rich, that's really the way to go. Get the bankroll up before you come on in. Who knows? Come in and hit a good lick, jump that bankroll up real high. Speaking of bankrolls, our bankroll builders on Saturday night and Sunday night at 7 p.m., $500 guarantee, $20 min buy-in, $30 max buy-in, $10 rebuys. Good way for the beginners to come out and check out their skills. Good way for anyone to start a bankroll. King, Queen, 7 on the flop. Ron Jeremy flopping top pair. 10 of clubs now on the turn. Ricky Bobby picking up the flush draw. And actually, Ricky Bobby's hand is not in again. We got Colton's hand that's in, and we don't know what he has, so we're not real sure. Greg with the ace-8 picking up the Broadway draw. But he's going to go away, and Ron Jeremy's going to pick up that hand. I'm going to tell y'all out there, if you have not had Wendy's Ghost Pepper Ranch, that stuff is legit. Good spice, good flavor. I'm not a ranch guy very much, but the Ghost Pepper Ranch hits. So, if you don't eat it, you ought to try it out if you like spicy. And I like spicy. 3-10-5 on the flop. Colton picking up top pair. We're not sure what Jason has. 2 on the turn, no help, but it could be a wheel draw for Jason. He could be betting his wheel draw. Colton gonna make the call. He's gonna raise it up to 50. See what Jason decides to do here. He decides to go on away right now. Jason's going to raise it up under the gun. He's going to raise it up to $20. Greg with a 10-9 offsuit going to fold. Ron Jeremy, however, he's ready to play some cards. Jack 8 of diamonds and Colton with cards we haven't seen yet. Well, 6-4 of diamonds for Colton. So no help right now for anybody that we can tell. 2 of diamonds on the turn, so that brings in the flush draw for for Colton and John. Colton, however, does not want this flush to hit, because if he gets it all, any kind of hair up his butt to get aggressive with it, he's going to lose some chips. And it is a 7 of spades on the turn, on the river. So no help for anybody, or at least that we can see. Jason now going to lead out. Looks like he's going to lead out for about $40. For $70 it looks like. I take that back, $90. He is betting heavily into that pot, and he's going to get folds. And I'm not sure what he showed. He did show 2 face cards. Queen Jack raises to 15. Greg doesn't do a lot of raising, but he's going to raise that one up. Colton with a Jack 10. Kings and Rainbow 10s. He's going to 3-bet that to 75. And Greg gonna instantly fold. And Colton's not gonna go away so easily though. But he is playing from behind, so let's see how this goes. Oh my goodness. King 10 5. So Rainbolt flopping the set. Colton not realizing he is so far behind it doesn't even matter. I mean, he needs heart and hearts only to really win this hand. There's no other way for him to win this hand. So you got to have running hearts. Oh my goodness, and a 10 on the turn. That's going to be brutal for Colton because he is not going to feel like he's in behind, and he is. It's going to be a check from Colton. If I'm Rainbolt here, I am checking back to him. He is not. He is going to bet it up. If I'm Rainbolt there though, I am checking back, hoping that he has that 10. Colton, I think, really just deciding whether he wants to raise or not and how much he wants to raise. And he does raise it up. So he makes it 100 and looks like 120 to go. Raise to 100. Rainbolt with the flat call here, definitely the best move after that for sure. The flat call, great here. And it's going to be a 3 of diamonds maybe. And Colton moving all in here, and he's gonna lose this hand. It appeared that he moved all in. That's what it looked like. He did move all in. And it's going to be all she wrote for Colton. Very well played by Rainbolt. I know that I said I disagreed with the bet on the turn there, and I think either way Colton gets it all in. But very well played by Rainbolt. He does bet enough to give Colton the chance to raise, and when he does raise, he just flats it as if he's on some sort of draw. So great job there by Rainbolt. Tough hand though for Colton. That 10 was very brutal. I mean, that's the one card he did not want to see, that's for sure. We're going to see Ron Jeremy with the ace jack. He's going to be in the +1 position. Colton does reload, however. I thought he was done, but he is going to reload. Colton going to look down at a 9-7, and he's going to go away. Oh, she actually makes the call, excuse me. So 9-7. Does flop a pair of 7s. Greg in the hand as well. But we don't get to see his cards. And a 9 on the turn. That's going to give... oh, no. Colton did get out of the hand. My bad. Going off what the computer man is putting in. And he's probably sick now. Oh, he is. No, not now he's not. Now he's really happy. 9s and 7s would have broke him again. Not sure what's going on with Jason's one seat there. I don't know if he's just not putting his cards over the sensor or if we're having a little difficulty there in that one seat, but we'll certainly get that figured out. Pre-flop raising Ron Jeremy at the most aggressive at 25%. Colton, who just sat down not too long ago at 0%, but Greg, who's been in the game since the beginning at 10%. As I said, Greg does not raise often. Ricky Bobby showing a little bit of frustration there maybe with the cards he's been getting. Sometimes the cards just go cold. Got to wait it out. Ace Queen from Colton. I'm assuming he probably raised that up. I can't imagine he didn't. But if he didn't, John raised. And Ron Jeremy did raise it to 20 with Big Slick. So this is really, could be an ugly hand. Colton at this point with 3 cards in the deck that can win. And that's only if the king does not hit. You go bet 20 and a call. The turn is now a 4, bringing in the Broadway draw for a chop. So Colton picking up more outs not to lose, but still with only 3 outs to win. And a jack on the river, so no help. Colton going to see the bad news. He's going to lose by 1. Going to get notched here by the king. So John now eclipsing that $1,000 mark. And he has played his way into those chips, that's for sure. Want to remind you guys that are watching, doors open every day at 1 p.m. Cash game shorts starts shortly after every time. So if you like a little bit of day playing, go ahead and stop on in. If you're in the live stream and you've never played at Stacks, let me know. I'll get you a free couple of hours of play. Get you in here, sign you up. You do have to be a member. We are a social club, so you do have to be a member. But being a member is easy. Come on in, just bring your driver's license, sign up. It'll be a $10 daily membership, or it's $20 for a lifetime membership. So I think that's a pretty easy call there. $20 lifetime membership. Good little bluff there from Colton to pick that hand up. Call Me Shadow says he played for the first time in our bankroll last weekend in the bankroll builder. Well, we're certainly glad to have you, and we hope to see you again. That's for sure. Hope you did well. So definitely hope to have you back. And thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching the live stream as well. Ron Jeremy raising the queen 10 to 15, and he gets a call from Ricky Bobby and a call from Jason. And a queen 7 on the flop, so Ron Jeremy now behind, although he flops top pair. Ricky Bobby, however, flopping top 2. 10 on the turn would be brutal for this hand. Is a 4. Three, 4, or a 10, though, helps John. No, excuse me. A 10 helps John. John going away on that bet. A little bit of a surprise. Hey, a min cash is not a loss. A min cash is a win, that's for sure. So, wish you well in the Tuesday tournament. It's a great tournament.
Yours yet. I'm still waiting on yours to get over here. Well, get them back and bring them over here. Called 3 times. Now I'm ready.
Green goal.
That's what I'm saying. Did Charlie order 2 things?
Looks like Sonic and Whataburger.
He's making sure that they were.
I have a question real quick. Was that for Charlie?
I'm gonna go make fun of him on this stream.
He made sure that he wasn't sure that Uber got through or not.
Yeah, first one looks like Sonic. I walked in with Whataburger. Charlie?
Check. 65.
All right. Sorry about the longer break there. Everybody wants to chat with the Charlie man when he steps out of the booth or something like that. Shadow, I'm sorry that I missed your question there while I was out, but yes, this is a cash game, but the minimum buy-in is 100 for this game. It's $100 minimum buy-in, but you do have to buy enough time to complete the live stream. So if you're going to start the live stream, you buy 5 hours worth of time. But if you come in, say, with 2 hours left, you just have to buy enough time to finish it out. 4-4, it is definitely a slow game tonight. This game is a little bit slower than normal. I agree with that. Hey, you never know, Shadow. You come in here, you play one of these live streams, you might build that bankroll pretty quickly, especially if you catch it on the right night. Jason and John hanging around the same point now with 1,000 in chips. Colton at 110 down at the bottom. Greg still holding on in the middle there with about 535, so he's definitely a winner so far tonight. Four Dang is actually here on the other table right now. And you're right, it does get crazier then. Greg with the King Jack suited versus Ace 6 of Colton. Colton flopping 2 pair right off the bat. And an ace on the river. Colton's going to boat up here. Not going to make a whole lot of money off of it, but he wasn't going to make a whole lot of money off Greg there. Oh. Well, clearly I don't know who I'm talking to. That's all right. Can only be about one of 3 people. Rainbow with a King 9 offsuit. Colton with a 10-8. Ricky Bobby on the button. Jason going to fold. So is Greg, Ron, Jeremy. Cole going to make the call here. Ricky Bobby on the button going to raise it up. He's got an ace jack. I don't know who raised that. Cole might have initially raised it. And a Queen 10-4, all spades. So Cole now, he is behind, but he does have the spade draw to help him. Colton going to make the call for 40. Of course, it does show that Ricky Bobby's out of the hand, and he is not. He is in the hand still. And a jack on the river, so Cole not going to win this hand unless he can bet him out of it. Yeah, Shadow, everybody seems to have their calling, that's for sure. Some people are cash for sure, and some people are tournament players. Some of us degenerates are all. We play everything. If it's got cards, we play it. Greg, with the only 2 cards we get to see right now, he's going to go away. So we get to call him blind hand. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Jack deuce 3 on the flop, so Ricky Bobby flopping top pair. And Colton flopping bottom pair. Cole and Jason not wanting to show hands. We're going to get a $20 bet and a $20 call. All right. Cole's the only folder. 2s and 3s now for Colton. Jackson 3s for Ricky Bobby and Jason. We don't know. Ricky Bobby leading out for $40 now. Colton going to go ahead and throw all his chips in there. Looks like to be about the same. He must be $5 short because Kinsey didn't think he had enough. So a $10 side pot. Colton all in with a pair of deuces. So he is pretty much dead. And it's going to be a queen on the river. So unless Jason has a queen in his hand or a 3, he's going to lose this hand. And the jack is going to take us. So Ricky Bobby, he's going to win this sizable pot here. And Colton is going to exit the table. Exit stage left, sir. Jason now up to 1,200 in chips. Ricky Bobby says 80 in chips, but that's not true. He just won that hand, so. Greg with pocket 7 is going to raise it up to $15. Cole going to call as well. My bad. Cole with a jack 8. Ricky Bobby making the call with a 5-4. Ricky Bobby loves those suited connectors. And there is why. Rainbolt with cards that we have not been able to see yet. But Ricky Bobby flopping the trip 4s. So when those hands hit, it looks good because it's hard to see them coming. What he does not want to see is he does not want to see a 7 hit for Greg on the turn, or the river for that matter. It is at 8 on the turn, however, so Cole now picking up a pair. So this could be a little bit of a moneymaker. Greg's still betting it like he's got it. He's going to bet 25 or 30, it looks like. I think it's 25. It is 25. 35, excuse me. Cole going to make the call. Ricky Bobby here could choose to go ahead and make the raise with a lot of hands that could beat him possible. Another diamond and Cole wins. So he is going to just make the call, though. So he is hoping for a black card that is not a 7. So any black card just about that's not the 7 of spades, and he's golden. Well, I say he is. We don't know what Rainbolt has, but he was definitely tanking for a while before he made this call. So it is a 3 of hearts. So barring a bigger pocket pair of 8s or 9s, or a 4 with a bigger kicker, Ricky Bobby's going to win this hand, and he is going to shove all in. Greg did check the river, however. He did get wise to what was going on. Greg now seeing that 2 overs are on the board probably does not make this call. Rainbolt, however, I wish we could see what he has, what he's been thinking about here. But we're not going to get to see because he is going to throw it away without ever scanning those cards. Greg really thinking about it a little bit more than I expected him to. The only reason he's really thinking about that is because he knows 2 overs could be making a run at this. But he does make the fold. Cole, however, going to have something to think about because he does have second pair here. Now, he does have to wonder about the 4, but the 4 is always the hard card to see here because unless he has ace 4, you don't really see him calling that pre-flop, especially with a raise. The other thing is that both players were calling the entire time. Ricky Bobby was never the aggressor until this card. So it's really hard for him to make this decision. He's got to decide whether he's got overcards and called. He does make the fold, and that's a good job. A good fold by Cole. Really was a good fold, I think. I mean, obviously it was a good fold, but I'm saying I think it was not as easy of a fold as some might think, or some might say it would have been for them.
I had a 9.
I was going home.
Someone had to have a 4 or something.
I had a pocket pair.
Bigger than a 9?
Yeah. Actually, I had 4 or 5. That's what I thought.
Pocket 10s versus Ace Queen from Rainbow. Greg with cards that we don't see, but John flopping the set of 10s. Rainbow going to get out of the way, so let's see what Greg decides to do. If he's got a king here at all, I'd be surprised if he doesn't call, but he does go away.
Yes,
You want
sir.
6? You want 5?
Oh, that keeps breaking. It's breaking
Call.
rapidly.
Call.
Good.
Oh.
That's your little area right there.
You might tell him that I'm scanning cards.
Oh,
Raise the 30.
You win.
Fold. And fold.
awesome.
I'm gonna put the button on Rick and then Steve. How much you have?
we've added a new player since I've been gone. Sorry about that, guys. Had to take care of a couple of things, but Rainbolt with a pair of 6s and Jason with a pair of 5s. I mean queens. I'm looking at his 5 and seeing the 2 5s in our hands. That hand's over with. Chip count, Jason at 1,500. John back down to about 890 in chips. Greg down at the bottom with 335. Greg must be the new man. Steve is the new man in the 6th seat. You know, he's been in here for a few hands, so it's not new to the rest of you, but Ricky Bobby going to look down at a deuce 4. Let's see if he decides to play those connectors. I kind of think not. He's not. John with a 9-6. He's going to, as usual, he's going to play some craziness. No, he folds. He folds to the raise. Just saw those cards in his hands. Just figured he would. Jack deuce 4 on the flop. 2 hearts. Ricky Bobby's pocket queens looking strong right now. Cole and Jason not having chips. I mean, not having cards that are shown right now, so not sure where they're at, but Ricky Bobby gonna let those queens hold up. Pocket 10s for Steve, so Greg raising to 15. Let's see if Steve does just call. He does not decide to 3-bet it. Ricky Bobby making the call as well. Of course, we don't get to see his cards. And a 7-7-8 on the flop, so no help for anyone that we can see their cards. Greg's still leading the way, it looks like. Steve's still leading the way. Greg with a King Jack. Ricky Bobby going to look down and fold those cards pretty quickly, it looks like. So, and I don't imagine he's going to get calls around the table. He does not. So Steve going to pick up this pot with his pocket 10s. Just as I suspected, Kenzie's still going on in the box here. Looks like she'll be the one to finish the night out. Rainbolt going to make the fold quickly here. Jason folding as well. Greg not going to make the call with 7-4, but a king 7 going to get a call here. Raised to 20 from Ron Jeremy, a.k.a. John. Ricky Bobby with a 10-2 of spades going to make the call. So John not going to get away that easy. Ace 5, 9, 2 spades. That'll keep Ricky Bobby in the hand a little bit longer. The bet from Ricky Bobby going to pick up the win, though. He don't even have to see if he would flush up. Greg making the call for with a 9-8, but Ron Jeremy going to raise it up to 15 as usual. He's been pre-flop raising quite a bit here tonight. Cole folds, Steve folds as well. Ricky Bobby going to make that call with a 9-4 off. So Ricky Bobby playing pretty loose here lately. Rainbolt going to 3-bet it to 85, and that's going to get John and Ricky Bobby out of the hand.
I promise that I 3-bet you with better than that. I have 0 doubt in my mind. Jesus Christ. That was fucked up. You shouldn't have showed that one. You should have been like, damn. I think I had you, John, and then folded. That was fucked up. Oh my god. Check this shit out. No, I know.
King 9 from Ron Jeremy and Ricky Bobby with a King Jack. We're going to get a Jack on the flop, so King Jack on a flop top pair. However, Jason flops 5-4. So Jason finally having some cards that we can see. He's going to flop 2 pair right off the bat. King 9, King Jack, and 5 deuce of hearts. So Cole with the flush draw with his pair of 5s. So he's not going to go anywhere. And it is a 3 of hearts on the turn. So now he has a straight flush draw. He has an open-ended straight flush draw. And he does have the flush. Now the 4th heart should slow things down a little bit. Any bet could get Cole off. Cole, however, going to be the one to lead out with the bet. He's going to lead out, and he's probably going to get a couple of folds. And he does. He's going to end up picking up that pot without having to stress about it too much. Cole with the King 10 offsuit under the gun. Or excuse me, John was under the gun. He's going to make the call. Cole with a King 10. He could raise it up here a little bit. Let's just see what he does. He is just going to make the call. Steve and Ricky Bobby going to call as well. Rainbolt's going to fold. Greg going to raise it up to 20. Greg with a Jack 9 of spades. So it looks like we're going to go 6 ways to a flop. Queen 5-8, 2 clubs. So pair of 5s here. A pair of, looks like nothing. We got a straight draw for Greg here. We don't know what Jason's cards are. 7 now brings in a straight draw for the 2 fours, but Ron now with a pair of sevens. Ron Jeremy. And a 5 on the river. Going to give the sevens and fives the win if John holds on, and he should. And going to get folded around. He does. He is going to win the hand here. Jason makes the call. Jason at 1,400, still leading the way in chips. He's up about 400 in chips. Greg down at the bottom at 295. He's taking a bit of a hit with a night. King 5 from Rainbolt's going to fold. Ron Jeremy raising it up to 40 after Cole calls the 10. And Cole going to call with a 9-5 here. John with pocket queens, though. 2 hearts, 6-4 king. John not going to go anywhere. Cole says, I'm not either. I think he's ready to play some games here. I'm going to see a 5 on the turn. Does bring in some outs for Cole. He now can win this hand possibly. But it is a 6. Queens and 6s, now the big hand. Check from Cole is going to get, a call from Cole. Excuse me, a bet from Cole and a call from John. I want to thank all you guys that are in here watching, who have been in here and watched. I want to remind you again about our bankroll builders on Saturday and Sunday, 7 p.m., $20 min buy-in, $30 max buy-in, $10 rebuys. Cole with the Queen Jack raises it up to 25. I have an 8 deuce 7 on the flops, so Jason and Steve both flopping a pair, but Greg flopping the straight draw, and Ron Jeremy with a pair of 8s as well. Jason with a pair of 8s, Steve with a pair of 8s, and Ron Jeremy with a pair of 8s. Cole gonna get out of the way with his Queen Jack. Get a big bet here. Raise from Ron Jeremy with 8s and deuces. The open-ended straight draw, however, Greg made the call for 55. Jason makes the call for 120. Or he does not. He's contemplating. And we're probably going to get a fold from Greg either way, especially if there's a call. With the flush draw possibility, Greg's not going to be hanging around. I don't think so. Fold from Jason and a quick fold from Greg. So John with the huge bet's going to pick up that pot. Great bet. Queen 9 for Ricky Bobby and Queen 7 for Rainbolt. Ace 3 for Jason. He's going to fold. You can fold it around here. Ron Jeremy with a 10-4 are probably going to make this call. Not a surprise. Cole raises to $25, and we're going to get 3 ways to a flop, it looks like. 3-4 of diamonds, so Cole now with the flush draw. Rainbolt as well. Rainbolt, however, does pick up the straight draw, so any five is going to give it as well. So a deuce. So deuce is the only thing that can really win this hand for John. A 7 could as well. So and a 5 of diamonds on the river. So Rainbolt, after being all in for 355, Cole making the call, and he's going to hit the nut flush with the wheel. Now, not a nut flush wheel. Does not hit the steel wheel, but the 5 does give him the wheel. Although the flush is what takes it. Rainbolt going to head on out of here, it looks like. And doesn't look like he's going to hang out for this. So 10s and 7s right now for Ricky Bobby. He's picked up a good strong hand. Although Ron Jeremy, all he needs is a 9. A 9, but as long as it ain't the 9 of diamonds, because Ricky Bobby does pick up the flush draw on the turn. So $35 bet or $45 bet. And John's going to go away. So Ricky Bobby with pocket aces. He's looking to try to double up here. Hoping he can get a double up. We got ace queen, but we got two hearts on the board, and Steve has a heart. And all of a sudden, those aces are looking horribly bad unless another heart comes. And it can't be the 10 of hearts. It is a king of diamonds, so now, unfortunately for Ricky Bobby, his aces are going to be no good. Let's just see if he can get away from this bet here. About a $100 bet, $60 bet. He does go away with the pocket aces. Greg, however, making the call with ace queen. And he's going to see the horribly bad news. Pocket fives versus ace 10 of diamonds. Pocket fives still leading the way. John not one to shy away once he feels like he's got any kind of lead. And I don't blame him for feeling like he's got a lead, but all of a sudden Steve picks up a ton of outs. And he actually hits an out because the 9 counterfeits him, and now the ace high is going to do the winning. John with a bit of frustration, I'm sure. Got about an hour left with you guys right now, so unless something happens to this game, and I'm not sure that it will, but got a Jack 9-3 on the flop. 2 players still in the hand, heads up, Ricky Bobby and Steve. Queen now on the turn. That's going to give Ricky Bobby a pair. He's going to bet it up for 10. Steve, however, with not many outs here, probably going to go away. Not too many cards that he could hit to win there. Pretty much an ace. 9-8 for Greg and a queen 8 for Jason. Under the gun, Greg in the +1 with a 9-8, gonna fold. Jason with a queen 8 of clubs. He's gonna 7-6 deuce. Pair of sixes for Steve. Cole, we're not sure what he's got, but he does bet 15, and we're gonna get a call here from Steve. Not sure what Cole has. It's going to be a 7 on the river, so we're going to see what happens here. 6s and 7s for Steve. Looks like we got check, check. And Cole's going to show his hand. Look like Cole's probably going to be the one to take this. Steve exposing one card. I don't know if he exposed them both. It does look like Cole won that hand. Jason with 1,300, still leading the way. And Ron Jeremy in second right behind him. Looks like Greg might be taking his leave. Maybe not. John with Jack 10 of clubs. Jason with a Jack 6 of diamonds and a 10 deuce of hearts in there. Oh well, then John just flopping the straight. 7 on the turn. Two hearts now on the board, so Ricky Bobby could flush up here. He is going to make the call. And it is an ace of hearts on the river, so John going to get stung here. He's going to bet it up, and Ron Jeremy going to make the call. Frustration from John. He's going to show a bit of frustration there, and I don't blame him. He flops the joint and loses to a flush. So Jason at 1,300 or 1,200 in chips. John right behind him with 1,100 in chips after that stinging loss. Cole in the middle at 862, and Greg bringing up the rear at 120 with a rain bolt just ahead of him at 375. John gonna head on out after that bit of a frustrating hand, and I don't blame him. He's gonna take a win and run. I don't blame him. Seven, 6 for Cole and King 3 for Steve. I want to thank you guys for coming in and watching the live stream. We'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button and also share the link to the live streams when you're watching it. Share it to your social media. A 6-4 of diamonds for Cole. Jack 10 of clubs for Rainbolt. And it looks like he's going to hit two pair, or one pair at least. Queen Jack 9. So he has the 10, two clubs as well though. So he flops the open-ended straight flush draw, and he does hit the straight draw as well. And of course a club draw. And it's going to get folded around to him. He's going to take this hand with no fight at all. So John now leaving the table. That leaves Cole in second place at 842 in chips. And Greg still bringing up the tail at 115. Pocket queens now for Ricky Bobby. He's going to raise it up here to $45, $55, something like that. $60. Cole with 3-betting with the ace queen of spades here. Steve making the call with a queen 10 of hearts. Ricky Bobby still sticking with those connectors. He seems to love them no matter where they are. $668. Ricky Bobby with those connectors, flopping the set. Excuse me, flopping the trips. Pardon me, everyone. I know everybody seems to think it's not a set if the pair's not in your hand. 3 of a kind, 3 of a kind. And a 4 on the turn. 10 of diamonds on the river. So, trip 6s for Ricky Bobby, and he's going to win the hand. It looks like they just decided to run it out. Welcome those coming into the live stream late. We've got back down to looks 6-handed, I believe, where Ricky Bobby's got king 10 of spades, Cole with ace 10 of diamonds. And we're going to end up heads up here, it looks like. It's a heads up. Got a 9-6-4, no help for, or excuse me, yeah, 9-6-4. Cole picking up, nobody picking up anything really. But Cole going to make the bet, and he's going to pick up that pot, that's for sure. Stack Social Club, 5004 Frankfurt Avenue here in Lubbock. Doors open every day at 1 p.m. for cash games. Tuesday nights, the $3,000 guarantee. $120 minimum maximum buy-in, $45 minimum buy-in. Another possibly big hand, but with fairly mundane flop. 5 of spades on the turn, though. No real help. And a 9 on the river, so that's going to give the pair to Cole. He's got the winning hand, unless Jason, of course, has a king or a 5 in his hand. Jason raising it up to 85, or looks like 105. Jason going to pull down that pot. Steve with the Queen 7 of Hearts. He's going to fold that hand. Ricky Bobby with the Ray is going to pick up the little bit of a pot.
It is.
Greg and Jason looking down the kings in their hand. Steve as well with a king. So the kings are cheap. King 3 versus King 7, and Jason turning the flush. And the river's going to be a three of spades. And Jason going to bet out here, but unless Steve just thinks he's bluffing, there's not going to be any money to be made at this point. Steve on the button, going to raise it up $25. Rainbow with the Jack 5 going to fold as well. Looks like Greg's going to be going all in for whatever he's got. Looks about $50. He does have Queen Jack though. Jason making the call as well. So we're going to be we got a heads up and then we got all in on the side. We do have 3 players. Not sure why it shows that we don't. Deuce 9 7, 3 hearts, Get a $50 bet here from Jason. Not sure what Jason's got, but could be a frustrating bet from Jason. Ricky Bobby going to make the fold, and it's going to come down to Steve and Greg. Greg and Jason. 4 hearts on the board. You have a king, a trip, a boat. 9's full of kings is what it looks like. So Jason with 9's full of kings. He's going to pull down that pot, and Greg going to take his exit from the game as well. Steve with a king jack. He's going to make the call here. And a 10 deuce 4 on the flop. So no help for Steve. Jason and Cole's cards we're not able to see. But Ricky Bobby picks up a pair of 4s. So we're down to 5 players. Jason at 1,500. Rainbolt down at 385. He's the one bringing up the tail at this point. Three players to the flop here. Jack 7-3 on the flop. Pair of 3s for Steve. And Jack on the turn. 2 pair for Steve. $1,500 now for Jason. He just keeps climbing on up. Cole at 742. Ricky Bobby right behind him at 740. Queen Jack. Spade in his hand, so Jason does have the redraw for the flush, or the draw for the flush. And it's going to be an 8 of spades, so it should give him the flush. It does give Jason the flush. Rainbolt with the pocket 4s, so pocket pair here. See if it holds up. 8 deuce and 8 deuce, though. Not looking too good to get him any money. Got a raise to 15 from Ricky Bobby and a couple of callers. So Queen 9-6 on the flop. No help for anybody. 4's still leading here unless Steve has something crazy in his hand. And an ace of diamonds on the turn. Now that could change things just a little bit. Obviously it does for Ricky Bobby. But we don't know what Steve has. 20. And a king of hearts on the river. So we have flush in play. Looks like there's an ace over here in Ricky Bobby's hand. And Steve going to just muck his cards, so we're not ever going to know what he had. About another 40 minutes here for you.
$20 travel from Rick.
So pocket 3s for Rainbolt here. Jason with a queen 7. Let's see what happens here. Looks like we're going to be heads up. Rainbolt versus Cole with a 10-8. $20 to call. Cole folds. I'm sorry. We got cards all the way around the table. I got ahead of myself. Ricky Bobby with the 5-4, though. He is forever in love with the connectors, so he could very well call here. Don't be surprised if he does. And he does make the call. I told you Ricky Bobby likes the connectors. He likes the little connectors especially. 5, Queen 9. So Ricky Bobby flopping the pair of 5s. Rainbolt now just going to be, and the 4 on the turn. And with the 4, he's going to make a bet here. And that's a good bet there because it doesn't seem, what could he possibly have? But Rainbolt, with only a pair of 3s, could be wise to this a little bit. He knows that he's behind any one of those pairs. And he does make the fold.
Cookie jar.
Oh, yeah.
King of Hearts on the turn, so aces, the pair of aces still good right now. Jason still leading the way with 1,600 in chips. Rainbolt at 145. Ricky Bobby right in the middle at 840. So we're still going strong here. We got about 30 more minutes to go. Ace King versus Queen Jack. Cole versus Rainbolt. All in for Rainbolt. Queen on this. Oh my goodness. Rainbolt gonna go down with the big slick. Most people call it the biggest gold broke hand in poker, and I guess it worked. Because there goes Rainbolt. Louis now sitting down though. Good to see Louis jump in on the table. Hadn't seen him in the live stream in a while. Ace Queen of Spades for Steve. Jason with an Ace 10. And of course Cole with no cards showing. And Steve flopping the nut flush right off the bat. So Cole with almost no chance to win this hand at all. He has to have a runner 9-10 of spades. And Cole going to fold that hand pretty quickly. King Jack for Louis, 10-8 for Cole, and Queen 9. Pair of queens for Steve on the flop. Open-ended straight draw for Ricky Bobby, though. Louis with the bet, or he's going to raise it up to 65. Ricky Bobby with an open-ended straight draw. He's going to make this call more than likely. Steve thinking about it, though. Steve going to go away with the pair of queens. And Ricky Bobby with the open-ender going to stay. Wow. And it's going to be a 5 on the turn, so no help for the straight draw. Louis going to continue to be aggressive with nothing. He's all in for 65. Hard to see Ricky Bobby making the fold here. He does lay it down. Wow. Nice pickup for Lou. Louis with a King 9, 8-4 of clubs for Steve. So we got a straight draw for Louis. We got a pair of 8s for Steve. Cole with cards, of course, that we don't get to see, as usual. So Cole raising it to 60. Louis making the call here. So gotta wonder what Louis is thinking here. I mean, he's got all he's got's the straight draw. And he got this seven of the queen to hit, an all in and a fold. Not an all in, excuse me, 200 and a fold. Louis with a deuce 4 of clubs. 6-4 hearts, King 8 of hearts. Queens on the board, no help for anybody else. Jason, we're not sure what he has, but he bets and gets the win. So. Six eight straight draw for Jason. Straight draw also for Steve. Open ender for Steve. Steve in a much better position here. Deuce 4 for Ricky Bobby. He also has a straight draw. So no help. Steve with the 9-7. Ricky Bobby with the Deuce 4. Pair of deuces versus the open ender. Looks like a $40 bet from Ricky Bobby. Steve got with a $30 bet, excuse me. And Steve with a decision to make here. Does he stay with one card to come? Try to hit an 8-outer? Ace-8 for Cole is going to hit the pair. 2 diamonds on the flop, however. Louis with a Queen 2, Ricky Bobby with a King 2, and Jason's cards just not reading that often. They're just not getting put in the right place. Someone needs to instruct that man on how to get his cards to read for us. Cole with an 8 deuce of clubs. Can't imagine he makes. He could make the call here, but he's probably not. Steve with a Jack 5 offsuit, not going to make the call either. But Ricky Bobby going to make the call. He's got some connectors again. He's going to raise it up to 15 actually. Jason going to call because he's been making a lot of calls, and Louis, of course, for 10 more, not going to go anywhere 3-handed. He's going to see what he can hit. Ace queen on the flop, so Ricky Bobby now with a Broadway draw, but it's going to check around, and the turn is a king, and so that gives Ricky Bobby the Broadway. He's going to bet out 20 now, hoping that maybe Jason or Louie one have an ace or a king or something like that, but you're going to get a call from Jason, but he's not going to get one from Louie. And river is going to be an ace of spades, so that brings in the boat and the flush possibilities. So not real sure what Jason has here, but he is going to bet it out big like he has it. He's going to bet 75, 55, and a snap call. Ace queen, he does hit the boat. Wow. So Ricky Bobby turns Broadway and Jason rivers him with an ace. Wow. Pair of queens for Ricky Bobby. See if he can hold on to being ahead here, as he didn't in the last hand. Obviously not his fault. Cards are the cards, and he does pick up the pot. I'm going to get another deck of cards here for Kinsey. About another 15 minutes here for you on the live stream. 1,700 in chips for Jason. Louie climbing up a little bit. He's at 335 in chips, and Ricky Bobby right in the middle with 650. Cole still hanging around that second place area with 862.
Straddle for 10 from Rick.
Cole with pocket tens. Louie raising it up. Louie raising it up to 30. Cole going to 3-bet here to 105. Cannot imagine Louie making the call here. Steve going to go away. And Louie now, when he gets back to him, Louie will be folding. And he does. Cole showing the pocket tens to Louie. Louie knew he was behind.
Another straddle from Louis.
Ace 7 of spades. Louie with a 10-6. Ace 7. Going to pick up an ace and a spade. Louis' Jack 8 is going to be right behind Cole's Jack 9 here. Jason with a Jack 4 is going to see a flop. We're going to see 4 to a flop. Another spade on the turn, though. That's going to give Steve the flush draw, and he still has the straight draw as well. Spade on the river, giving Steve the flush. All in for Louis for $95. Let's see what Steve decides to do here. You don't stay all the way, though. I just don't think you stay all the way to fold a flush. And he does make the call. Oh, no, he doesn't even. He folds. Wow, he folds that hand. How do you go all the way and fold that hand? Nine, 7, 6 on the flop. Pair of sevens for Louis. Cole with cards, of course, that we can't see. It's $15 bet from Louis. And we're going to see a raise here from Cole. He's going to make it 30. Looks like he's going to make it 30 to go. Louis is going to have a decision to make. It's a 3 bet to 30, excuse me. And we're going to get a call here from Louis. So Louis with a pair of sevens and a turn with an ace of diamonds. That could be all she wrote for Louis. He possibly folds here. He's not going to fold there. He's a little bit stubborn at times. And a 4. So Cole with $60 bet. Louis with a decision to make here. And he makes the call. And aces and it looks like a ace 8 maybe. Queen 8 queen on the flop. Ace Queen versus 9-6. Ricky Bobby still holding on to those connectors. He does not go away from them. And they've been doing well for him. He flops 2 pair here, 9-6-5. He's going to snap bet it out here for $35, and he's going to get a fold real quick from Cole. All right, let's see what we got here. Louis with a Jack 8. Jason with cards. Of course, we can't see. We have gotten to see maybe 2 or 3 hands of his that were not exposed on the river. A little hard, a little bit frustrating from the mic here because just you don't get to see what's going on. Looks like we got 3 players in the hand. Cole's in the hand as well. And Ricky Bobby. So Jack 10 deuce. Louis flopping top pair. Get a 3 of spades on the turn, so not going to help anybody else. Six of spades.
$10 straddle for Rick.
So Jason slides his cards over the reader there. Let's see if they actually pick him up this time. 6 deuce of diamonds. Louis with a 9-5 off. He's not going to come. He's not going to make the call. Looks like we might have gotten a straddle. Did have a straddle from Cole, it looks like, or from Ricky Bobby. Ricky Bobby going to pick up the hand. Who says 10 Jack can't be a good winner? Steve with a king queen off, and wow, ace 10 8 on the flop in the Broadway draw. 2 hearts now on the board, but a pair of deuces for Louis. Louis going to lead out for $15. Cole with the straight draw as well, so a 9 gives Cole the straight, although he does fold his cards. So it's down to Steve. Does he want to see for $15 if he can hit a gutty? And he does not.
Last hand? Alright, so last hand is tricky for everybody. I got a $10 straddle for Rick.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Hell
spades
yeah. Way
it.
back in the
All right, we're probably going to be looking at about 1, maybe 2 more hands on the live stream here. Guys want to...
$20 straddle for Jason.
$20 double straddle from Chris. Louis with pocket 7's going to raise it up here. He's going to make it 60 to go. Cole with a couple of cards that we still have not seen. Steve with Jack 10. I wonder if he's going to make the call. Ricky Bobby with the 9-6. He's been loving those connectors, but he does go away, and it looks like he is about to go ahead and cash out. So this could be the last hand of the game anyway. Ace 6 from Jason. He makes the call. and a king 8-5 on the flop. So Louis still way ahead. Deuce of clubs. Now it does bring in the flush draw for Jason. $15 bet. Louis going to go ahead. Jason going to go ahead and raise it up on him. Looks like to 50. Oh no, it was a $40 bet and a call. And it is a 5 of spades. All right, that's going to be the last hand of the night, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll see you guys again probably on Friday. On Monday, but possibly Friday. Keep up with the texts and you'll find out. We'll see you guys next time.